Doesn't it? I didn't mean to turn it all the way off, but I really just want to get into this. And we do have green, although this is the time of day I usually have a really bad connection. But I mean, do you even see what I just showed you? And it's kind of crazy that I didn't. I've seen this before, but I didn't see what I'm about to show you before. And usually, let's turn it back north-south and see where we're at. And see if we have sound. And let me go ahead and open up the comments so I can... Let's see here. I forgot how to do it. I already clicked wrong. Let me click again. Okay, so you don't care about this, but I do want to see your comments. And I thought this was pretty crazy. So, by the way, bought some red wine. Let me just open up this live stream and first of all monetize it. That's the first thing they do is it starts off and it's not monetized. Secondly, I want to make sure that we have sound. Like so many times before, I've messed up the audio or the video or whatever. Messed up the audio or the video or whatever. Love it. Great. One watching, is that me? Probably. So definitely take a look at this place. Okay, now I've done videos on this over here. And if you know me, this is Old Hat right here. I'm not going to get into it. Also right here, some ancient megalithic terraforming. But when you see lines like this, you kind of tend to not want to look too closely at them. Because, oh, thank you, Kairos. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, and wait until you see this. You're not going to believe it. I didn't have a chance to see the video yesterday, but okay. So when you're looking around here, you quickly see these. I'm calling them dikes, but they're not dikes. They're created, and you can see that they're just placed. Let it go in. That's actually out of focus. Thank you, Aunt D, for your comment as well. I mean, there's dikes everywhere in the Sahara Desert. You see these straight lines. But what I just saw super shocked me. And let's get into it. First, like I said, did a video on these. And these are called circular dikes, right? I question those. They don't look like volcanoes. And you can see that the tops of them have been worked. So it's like whenever I can show you something that I want to compare right away down here. But the place I was just at, if I suddenly keel over, that's a circular dike that I never really talked about. And you can see a line cut through it. And I question that. But what I really want to show you is right, where was that? Right nearby. Right about there. Telebit. Check out Telebit. But let me just say this. Because you're like, well, you know, that's a little bit of a stretch to say the tops of those circular dikes have been mined. And then I take you to this part of Mali and show you this plateau here and two places that I pretty much now believe has been also worked. And when I say worked, I mean the top is quarried. We've got these straight lines at the tops of this, and I'm just telling you, when you look at stuff long enough, you see how there's an ancient project, and it covered this whole plateau, and then it may have been a long time ago. So we're talking ancient mining, but then you come down here, this is Mali, and you see here, you can see even more of the work that was done. The straight lines, the cuts, and maybe even a different project. So when you do see these things, if you follow me, I don't believe that's natural. And I know that's big. That's a very big area. But you still see these marks and these parallel lines. They're parallel. I mean, I'm done believing that's natural erosion. There's a lot of reasons why. Okay, but let me show you. And if you know me, oh, by the way, I wanted to give a quick update. Cape Cod. Just these things here. Where's north? Okay, so one of my viewers said clams and oysters. Clams and oysters. They're harvesting clams and oysters. So do you really think these cuts, this is Cape Cod area, a little bit north of Cape Cod. You can find those cuts everywhere. There's Cape Cod down there. You can find those cuts all around Long Island, in the bogs and the marshes. So I made a phone call. There's the library. I asked Google about clams and oysters because of what my audience member said. And I've called up, probably not here. The libraries are all closed. It's 7:44 p.m. right now. And this dot doesn't help. But when you look at this, you can see that people, where is it? What happened to my view? It's right there. For some reason it came out. I had it all set up. When you live there, you see a different view. Okay, so I called a hotel and I asked the lady. She sounded elderly and she was quite short after I got off the subject of renting a room. She's like, I've got to take care of customers. I'm like, well, I didn't say bitch, but I said I am a customer and I'm trying to figure this out. So after we talked about the rooms, then I said, hey, can I ask you a question? I looked at you on Google Earth, and there's a lot of cuts out there in that bog of yours, in that marsh. And she got really short and said, there's no cuts. I'm like, well, take a look in Google Earth. Take a look in Google Earth. So a couple of things. I don't see water in these things. So if it was created for oysters and clams, where's the water? Secondly, compared down to the Mississippi, there's a lot of parallel lines down there. I think it's a different thing, but they're both questionable. Okay, but let's get back to today and look at, okay, so we're going to get off. So this is what they see, right? This is right there what they see in Cape Cod area. And the question is are they aware that these cuts are right next door to them? And do they serve any modern day purpose? And who did it and why and when? So that's Browns River right there. You got a lot of questions about it and who did it and why. So that's that. I probably won't do many more. If I find out new information, I got two maps open at the same place. Let's close that. I'll keep this here just in case there are some questions. Structure and mining evidence. Thank you. Last video is climbing on the stuff. No, well, see, that's the thing about my notifications. I saw that I was looking at a video that was, you know what? I can show you in a moment. Let me get to this material first, and then we'll see if there's any follow-up questions or how many viewers I'll have. And thank you for the thumbs up. Okay, let's get out of Cape Cod. I'll keep that one open. This is Africa. That's Mali. But now I want to go back to this. And as you know, okay, so I have to reiterate. Let me go to Colorado real quick, if you don't know. And this is not for Kairos, because I know he's seen it. But it's for anybody who questions my dike research. Looking at Colorado, I've talked about the dikes that I consider to be unnatural. I love to show these scissoring dikes of Colorado, especially this symmetry. Look at that junction. It's got a junction at the top. So volcanic dikes fill in cracks, right? But how would you have it meet the top, but the other side, it's below it? I've shown this before, and at the same time, when you go over to this twin, it's like Gemini, right? The twin, if you look at this one over here, you see that it junctions up this way. It's the exact opposite. And you can see these straight lines are diked out. Okay, so I don't believe those are natural. And yeah, that's back to, I can even close that now because I want to take you back to Africa. Let's close that. And I want to show you what I was just showing you here. Go north. I'm only going to do half-hour live streams, by the way. I'm cutting it down. No more hour live streams for me for now. I could always go back. Hell, I could do a 2-hour live stream. Done it. We've done it. Okay, so that's a circular dike I question and wonder, you know, I say that the top has been worked. Is it some type of a creation? How did this thing get, like, people say a volcanic uh, event caused a circular dike. So that's like a plug. But this one, and there's a lot of them this big, is 10 miles wide. In fact, it's almost exactly 10 miles, which kind of gets me off guard. I don't think the giants were going by miles or human feet. So, but about these dikes, now this whole area is covered in dikes. Just zoom in and you start to see lines. And you say to yourself, well, so if they were doing mining projects, they had to dump overburden dumping. Perhaps they were doing that. But there's also, if you zoom in and look at the rivers, not here, and I totally lost it. Let's take a look at this one right here. Look at that. Now you do see a river here. So you see like a bunch of crisscross dikes. Look at how they crisscross. Almost exactly like we were looking at in the oyster cuts in Cape Cod. But when you zoom in, these are not dikes at all. They're a piling of material, but I wouldn't call that a volcanic dike at all. What I see is something that was put right on top of the desert floor. Now, yes, Africa was green, but it was also, look at this one. I mean, this one is ridiculous. And to say that that was naturally created from volcanic, this is gigantic, by the way. Look at this. Now, wait, there's even more intensity here. Look at, this seems to be like a buildup of land. Like, first of all, to dump this stuff, we've got to be moving like a worm. A worm can't just sit there and poop. It's got to be going through the dirt. And when it poops, the poop replaces where the worm was, in a way. And maybe that's what's occurring here with their machinery. You know, these lines in the middle of the Sahara Desert, were they put on top of desert sand in modern day? No way. These are just too big. I mean, that's a bush. Okay, so could a truck do these modern day? Well, I think they're a little big for that. Let's measure the width. I say that dikes usually end up to be about 1/10 of a mile wide. When I say that, I'm looking more at the North American dikes. This is sorry. So that's not very wide. How many feet is that? So that's 200 feet. That's a mile is 5,000, right? And some change, 5620. I always forget. And that means that these are smaller than the average dike, I think. These are kind of I mean, I saw some that are at 3/10 of a mile wide. This is not even a point. This is not even 1/10 of a mile wide. This is almost a 20th of a mile wide. So these aren't that big. But if you get into it and look over here, okay, they're just all over the place. Like there was some major, you know, I don't know about the. First of all, we're talking when you say that electrical discharge. And sorry, I always forget the name of the way that we see rivers laid out. That looks like I can get it, but it's on the tip of my tongue. What do you, maybe you can help me, Cairo? What do you call those patterns that are made even on wood by electricity? It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm looking for it right now, but I think that might be it. We'll see. But see, these files are so old, and I really have to dig for it. So maybe Kairos, what is that word for the? Yes, there you got it. So I don't have to look anymore. Yeah, the Lichtenberg patterns. So Lichtenberg patterns look like rivers. That doesn't look like any Lichtenberg pattern to me. It's psychotic, and you can see lines going up and over other lines. Now this. You know, I know I sound pretty crazy to say, oh yeah, these are I mean, these are giants dumping, overburden dumping from mining. But from where I've gotten, you know, this isn't what I wanted to show exactly. There was one, and I kind of got lost here. Is that it right there? Yeah, telebit. Let's look at, first of all, look up here. Telebit. Up above telebit, you've got these same patterns. Now, to me, electricity wouldn't add content. So to me, I see a mound. I don't know if we're going to get three-dimensional but we can see these are like poop, like globs of poop, like just dumped in no perfection in the direction. And look, there's a road right there. You can see a dirt road right there. So you can see that it's only a little bit wider than a car. Thank you for your agreement. I honestly, electrical discharge, look at that. Electrical discharge to me doesn't act like this. You've got the water event that washed away the I'm going to say dike. I'm going to probably stop using the term dike, but I don't have any other words for it. Now, this was up here. Now, look at this down here. Look what you're seeing in Telebit. Okay, let's go. I want to go to Telebit. Look at that. Now, what I see is hundreds and hundreds of lines creating a new plateau. I mean, can you imagine what's going on here? I don't really see a natural process for this, and electrical discharge would be my second answer after mining by giants. What the heck? I mean, how wide is that? This is why I started today's video, was to show you this. Now, if you watch Zero Control, he found that some of these dikes were actually just piles of rocks. So if you zoom in, who made the piles of rocks? They're not electrical events. I don't know about this. What I would do right now, and I think I've shown everything. Let's find out where we are. Can I pin it? If I pin here, this says select a location. I don't want to add it to a project. I want to see. This is why sometimes Google Maps is better. Let's use Google Maps to look at the same spot. And I know it's kind of ridiculous. Let's change it over to layers and take a look at where that is exactly. I mean, we saw the name. What was it? Telebit is right there. So here's Telebit. Now I just click on that and pin it, and it says, okay, no, I guess I'm wrong. Let's try that again. I used to be able to pin it. There it is, right there. So we're still in Mali right there. And it says Adhel Hawk. So sometimes I do this and I go around and see if it's the same city. Now it's in Esuk. So all these place names are different. What about here? And that's Adhel Hawk again. So Telebit. It's my dog. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do with that. Now, the last thing I wanted to do was to open up Google Earth, not the online Google Earth. I have this other Google Earth. I think this one's best for photos. I could be wrong, but we maybe can get some type of photos out of this. Let's click photos and then go in. All right. So here we are again, and this whole mystery area is in Mali. Well, this part. Look at all those photos that pop up. So yeah, we've got a couple photos here. I kind of want this area here, the Telebit. Do we get any photos out of there? No? Not a single photo? It's a shame. Let's see if we can get anything. Okay, so let's back out and find some photos. Look at these. Now, let's see if we can get some of this material and take a look at it. Okay, not that one. I just want to see this dark material. There you go. Piles of rocks. See? And that's what Zero Control showed me. Where does it go? What happened? Look at that. You got piles of rocks. Let's open this up. Look at that one right there. You got some types of circles there. I would say that could be more modern day than the mountains next to it. But can I open this image and save it? Because that's important to me. I think that... Whoops. I'm glad I don't have any... Don't ask me about that dude. That's just somebody's video. There you go. So you got piles of rocks. See, when I've looked at this stuff before, these dikes, and I think that I've shown most of you have probably seen it, but I think I can... grab this really quick. These dikes that I've seen in Colorado. What is this? Music? Oh, that's a video that I did of the dikes. So those are a little different. Hold on, let me see if I can get a picture.
That's ominous. That is ominous. That is ominous.
All right.
So it goes over there, and it could have gone across the whole river.
Okay, so this is the Colorado one that actually shapes the Continental Divide. I mean, that's a big dike. And I want to show you a picture, hold on, of the way these dikes are formed in Colorado and New Mexico. Let me see if I can find that. I thought I was going to have it a little faster. There we go. Here's one in New Mexico that's, I say, similar to that. Now, what you're seeing is that they all have these little tiny slanted dirt. But, okay, hold on. When you look at them from the top, they've got a spine on them in the middle that is like a different material than the sides. And you can see the middle material here. Mainstream geologists say that the sides washed away. But when you go look at the Devil's Stair Steps, they say, yeah, the magma went into the cracks, and then depending on the temperature, hardened. Sometimes it ends up one color, sometimes it ends up a composite. I don't think so. And then on the sides, it's a different material, like it's holding it up. I thought I had that picture right here of the close-up of the one that I walked up on, but I'm not seeing that. So now, what's this? Sorry. See, when I see mountains like that, I think that, how does it pop up? You've got the sand. Obviously, the sand didn't just blow in and up against the edge of the mountain. So there's a lot of these questions I have about mountains. But now we see, yeah, definitely a vitrification on these rocks. Like if you broke these rocks in half, they'd be a different color. And I see that everywhere you go. Okay, so that's those things we just looked at are creating these lines here. Let's find a couple more while we're live. I didn't do this in advance. Back to Google Earth, and let's find another picture. I think this one looks... Is that person walking? Let's see if we can find another one. Let's try this one over here. See? Look at that. And by the way, things have been created with these rocks. And are they family plots? I mean, this is just bizarre, right? But look at the mountains. It's like this material was just dumped. I don't know. I'm not trying to say why. Let me open that up. I love it, right? I love it. Look at this. Let's see. Save image as. We got to save it. And by the way, this thing, don't ask about that. It's some random video. I just took a screenshot. Actually, I think it was good advice. Okay, see, we got to save it to the desktop so we can move around and we can zoom in and do this, because I can't do that over there. So look at that. I mean, if those are foundations on purpose, I think it's a foundation to create a plateau, to create a circular dike. I think those circular dikes that I showed you nearby are all man-made. I should have said thanks for joining, Barry, Northern Michigan. I just wanted to go through these and see if there's any... The way they did the mining is a good question. Like, for example, okay, first of all, the ancient alien theory says they were looking for gold, right? And if you look at this stuff, do you think that's got gold in it? If it does, I mean, obviously, if it was gold ore, they would have taken the gold, ground it up. It seems to me like it was more. Look at that, man. It's just so bizarre. Just piles of rocks. I want to find another one. Let's get out of here and find another. And there's that first one. I don't see. You gotta move it like this. Look at the design over there. I forgot to get in on that and show it. That one. I mean, I would say that they're trying to collect water in a modern day. Like if I saw that and it rained, and I don't know. Honestly, this looks like it's big enough to collect water over here. I don't know why they would make that. That's obviously not natural, right? Okay, let's take another look at one. Where's that Google Earth at? And I'm using Google Earth Pro because It just seems to pop up better. I don't know. Let's try to do this. I mean, I don't know, where was I? Let's get in there and see if we can find photos. Oh, this is Google Maps. Let's get away from that. But here, I've got the photos selected. Where's everything? No, it's not that. That's not what I want. Oh yeah, right. Where's the photos? See, that's why I don't trust this. So let's go back to Google Earth Pro. You can see the photos right there. Let's look at this one. Okay, there you go. More mounds of rocks. More piles of rocks. Can we get in it? Open image. It's always a hassle. I'm just going to save it, hit enter, and then open it. And then we can zoom around easier. So there you go. I mean, those look like piles of rocks to me. They don't look like they were volcanically created. They don't look like electrical discharge. And you got them all over the place. Look, there's another line of them right there. And I had a really good shot a minute ago of the river that this was crisscrossing across. And it's kind of like this when you see it going across a river. But to me, there's so many of them, it just doesn't really matter about rivers. It seems like when I go here, no, there was one I found earlier that was like, it was really like a deliberate attempt to go across a river. Was it this one? That one kind of looks like it might have been a deliberate attempt to stop the river. But then again, if this stuff is 50,000, even a million years old, then this river probably wasn't even created yet. So I don't know about that. Look at this one. That was definitely, I mean, that's basically a square. That's a rectangle was created. This thick ass dark one, look at that. They're all over. And look, the river goes right next to it because that stopped the water. So it directed the water. That directed water right there. All right. Probably getting out of here very quickly. Thank you for joining me. But yeah, take a look yourself. I didn't even put this stuff into my Was This Atlantis yet. Check out, it'll be there. I'll put some in. I had one that I was going to put in there and then I forgot. Check out Was This Atlantis. It's facebook.com Was This Atlantis. I put everything in there. Look, that's Bimini Road or Bimini whatever. Bimini Wall, they say. I think it's actually, it goes down. I think it was an ancient giant's boat dock. There it is right there. You can click the link and go visit it yourself. So I'll be putting links in there. This was the Mississippi. The Mississippi Delta. This, you click it yourself and go there. Look, Trekker Willis liked that. And we know who he is. But you can see the double highway going through there. And it's like getting washed out by modern day stuff. So that's the Was This Atlantis. Let's see if we can find any more photos. I'll spend the rest of my time looking for photos. There's photos everywhere, right? Oh, here's one out here. Let's see what that says. Oh, look, more mounds of rocks. See, we have Joshua Tree National Park out here. And the mounds of rocks in Joshua Tree are more like the skeleton of a mountain. This doesn't look like the skeleton of a mountain to me. Okay, now it's saving over there, so I don't risk showing you. I mean, we see what these rocks are up close, but what's that on top? That looks interesting right there. It's already lost resolution, though. It looks like someone put some rocks up. Someone climbed up there. They're taller than the trees. You can look, the whole valley, everything back there is the same stuff, even where they are with this picture. So this is, to me, the next big question. Any last minute comments, guys? I am going to try to do different music. I know that I always use the same music to close out, but and I'll probably do it again today. Let's see if we can find more pictures. We got some right there. Is that the place we just were, though? Looks like the place we just were. Was. More mountains of rocks, right? I'm saving all these on my hard drive. I must have 100,000 ancient history screenshots saved. I mean, what you show, Trekker Willis, what you're showing in your vids, I think is from a people and a project more recent than this, what we're looking at right now. But that being said, let's go to that I Am Kairos. Where's I Am Kairos? See, I don't have a way to go to channel. Oh, there. Perfect. Go to channel. Your last videos are right here. These are pretty cool. The one that I saw the Alcatraz one. I watched the last one. Actually, I'm surprised it's read all the way across because I don't remember finishing it. So you can see how good I am with your videos. Pretty piss poor. Going to your videos here. I guess I missed a bunch. Hey, by the way, don't think that I didn't finish that one. I probably stopped and went back. And this one as well. I was touched. I don't know about arches anymore. Doors for Giants. It's probably my favorite subject. So definitely go to the I Am Kairos channel and check that out. Okay, sorry I gave you such a late plug. I don't think you're here anymore, or you would have said something. Anyways, I'm almost out of here myself. So let's see if let's see if we can find any more images. And then I should check that message. See, you got the same rock, the same material. They're piles of rocks. Cool. I'm glad because the last thing I want to do is like go track you down. Hey, I mentioned you at the end of my video. I think you navigated away. But that's the pain you have to live with doing live streams. I don't think I'm going to save these anymore. I still got your thing open if you didn't see that. Let's see. This guy shows the city. Yeah, see, I don't need that one. Let's see if we can... I think that's... Oh, look, I should probably just click them like this. And then... That's always cool, looking at the cities. So we have this. Oh, I should use the pin to figure out where we are here. But that's not going to... Oh, look. That's just got the photos right there, I don't really care about the name right now. All right. I can keep looking at this myself, but I encourage you to go check it out yourself. I mean, this is a bad image. It's one of the Google Earth's problem. You could always go look at that other one that I use sometimes, called it's right here. That one shows a clearer picture, and I think it's taken from, here it is, satellites.pro. It's taken from, I guess, Apple Maps. It's going to be harder to figure out where we are. It's right there. There's the circle. And there's the stuff. You can even see green in the rivers. That's kind of cool. And roads. If you ever go there, I suggest this map for showing you roads. I mean, look at that. To me, that's just like blatant. Like, whoever did that, they weren't hiding anything. That doesn't look any better than Google. I like this one right here. That's nice and clear, right? So again, these mappers, this looks pretty good. These mappers don't really care about the Sahara Desert. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Thanks a lot for joining me. I'm going to casually get out of here. That's a little better than this, right? I have an appointment, so I gotta go. I'm going to close this, but I'm going to be back later. I'll probably do a part 2. I think I might, because it's one of the things I love. Y'all have a good one.